All right, guys. So Donald Trump started taking some shots at Elon Musk. Well, this is interesting. So I want to listen to it, and then I'll tell you why he's doing this. He might mask it as one thing, but it's something else. So anyway, let's watch.
One of our highest priorities under a Republican Congress will be to stop left-wing censorship and to restore free speech in America.
Let me ask you a question. What about right-wing censorship? Is right-wing censorship okay, but left-wing censorship not okay? What about those, it's well over a dozen red states that have cracked down on peaceful protests? What about that? Would you say those laws should be reversed? Would you say the anti-BDS laws should be reversed? No, of course not. Look, he's a guy who, Donald Trump, on the one hand, argues for free speech, and on the other hand, he thinks it should be punishable with jail time if you burn the flag, which is like a seminal free speech case in the history of the U.S. Supreme Court case where Antonin Scalia, the far-right justice, was like, look, I might not like it, but that is First Amendment protected speech. So Trump, of course, is a massive hypocrite. You already know that. He sued Bill Maher over a joke. So obviously he doesn't care about free speech.
And go out, by the way, while I'm here and sign up now for Truth Social. It's hot as a pistol, and you see that. I pulled that one right. Leon's, I tell you what.
Leon's. A little bit of dyslexia there from Trump, which, hey, I can relate to. I was dyslexic when I was younger.
Elon is not going to buy Twitter. Where did you hear that before? From me.
Now, I don't know if Trump actually said that or not, but as soon as Elon, there started to be like, he was questioning it, like, oh, maybe I won't do it. I came out and I was like, look, here's the way it can unfold, but it certainly looks like he's trying to back out of it. And keep it real, if you look at Elon Musk's history, there's a number of times where he makes these big promises, you know, like these big, bold ideas, and then eventually he just backs out of it and doesn't do it. And that's exactly what happened with Twitter. I mean, effectively wasting everybody's time. Now, some people might blame Twitter. I don't blame Twitter at all. I don't blame Twitter at all. I think he was looking for a way out when he saw that the Tesla stock price was getting hammered, and at the same time, the number he agreed to buy Twitter for was way above what the current market value was. So he probably realized, like, this might really impact my bottom line. And so then he ran for the hills.
From a fake account. She says fake. A lot of them. Nah, he's got himself a mess. You know, he said the other day, I've never voted for a Republican. I said, I didn't know that. He told me he voted for me. So he's another bullshit artist, but he's not going to be buying it.
That's the real reason he's mad at him. That's the real reason he's taking shots at him, is that right there. Because he did say, like, I've never voted for a Republican, and then at some point he goes, like, he said he likes DeSantis for 2024. So Trump probably saw, they said, I like DeSantis for 2024, and he's like, well, fuck you. Because Trump obviously wants to run in 2024. And Elon Musk is a big name. Elon Musk supporting somebody like DeSantis might bring other people to support DeSantis. Trump does view DeSantis as a threat. By the way, Trump has finally grown up to the point where he said he floated maybe DeSantis as VP. Because he's just trying to neutralize what he views as his biggest threat. It's one of those like, you can't beat him, join him. He fears, maybe he would beat me, so let's just join up. That might happen. But that's why he's mad at Elon Musk. That's why he's upset with Elon Musk. Because it's personal. It's always personal with Trump. Always. It's never substantive. It's never political. It's always like, do you have a preposterous, incredibly high degree of loyalty to me? Yes or no? If you don't, well, go fuck yourself.
He's not going to be buying it. Although he might later. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? He's got a
he ain't buying it.
Pretty rotten contract. I looked at his contract. Not a good contract.
True.
But he's not. Sign up for truth. We love the truth. And it's doing good. The radical
No, it's not.
left Democrat Party is not a 50% party within our country. They're against God. They're against oil. They're against guns. They're against law enforcement.
Against God, oil, guns, and law enforcement. Okay, most Democrats are religious, so they're not against God. Against guns, well, they just want to regulate them so we have more public safety. They don't want to ban them. Nobody's talking about banning them. Against oil, I'm pretty sure Democrats feel like gas prices are too high and they want them down. I mean, they do want to transition eventually to clean energy because you have to. And against law enforcement is fundamentally untrue because defund the police only polls at 18%. So obviously the overwhelming majority of Democrats don't want to defund the police. They might want to reform the police, but they'd be correct to want to reform the police, and they'd be correct to want to stop, police abuse. So, I mean, look, the guy talks in slogans. He talks in like fortune cookies. That's what he does. This is what Trump does. But it's always like, it's insulting because it lands hard with some people where they think this is like genius shit when it's second grade drivel.
They're against voter ID. Who's against voter ID? There's only one reason you can be against voter ID, because you want to cheat. There's no other reason.
Oh my God. The irony of Donald Trump saying Democrats want to cheat in the election when you've been going around declaring, I should have just stolen the last election. I should have just stolen it. I should have just taken it. I should have followed through with the coup. I should have declared martial law. I should have seized the voting machines. So as he's saying the Democrats, they're cheating the election, he's the one who wants to cheat in the elections. Oh, man. All right, there you have it. Donald Trump back to doing Donald Trump things, doing hing rallies. By the way, Sarah Palin was at this rally, and she said a million stupid things. She talked about the plandemic, the thing that people who think the pandemic was fake and it was a hoax or whatever, they call it a plandemic, or like it was done on purpose or whatever. Sarah Palin is going that route. So, anyway, there you have it. Buckle up. The next few years are going to be very bumpy. Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.